In this video, we're going to be going through quarter 3 topic of similar figures. And I do want to remind you guys that question 37 here is technically a similar figures question, but I reviewed it in another video just because it was on the other page. So starting here, we have that triangle BAC is similar to triangle DEF, and our goal is to find side EF right here. Now I'm going to color code this side with this side green, and this side with this side, or sorry, yellow, and then this side and this side are both going to be green. Now immediately, a lot of you see that from 3 to 6 we're doubling, so immediately you can use the scale factor of 2 to do 4 times 2 would be 8. Now setting up a proportion, some of you see that 3 matches up with a green 4, so your yellow 6 matches up with our green X. Others of you who caught that scale factor clearly see that 3 matches up with a 6 in doubles, and 4 is going to match up with an X and double. Here we're going to get that X would be 8. In question 39, we're just trying to identify the name of the shape. So it's got 4 sides, and opposite sides are parallel. Now all of the sides are going to be equal, and there's going to be 4 right angles, so that's going to be the square. And I'll give you guys an example of the square there. We can review here that it's a quadrilateral because of 4 sides. It is a parallelogram because that side is parallel to that side, and this side is parallel to this side. It does have 4 congruent sides, so I can now do 1, 2, 3, 4 in red. And in green, it will have 4 right angles. So it's a square. All right, now for number 40, we need to use this similarity statement to figure out which one of these statements is true. So using the similarity statement, which I'm going to highlight here in yellow, it's telling us that DOGS is similar to BEAR. And we have that little squiggly symbol for the similarity sign. So now I'm just going to check for the sides to match up in the right order. Now BE is the first 2 here. RA, it's saying now it's going to go here to here. That's what the first one is saying. So now BE, does it match up with DO? Yes. So BE, the red over the green, so far we have red. And now SG, it goes from S to G. So both of these show the red and then the green going the correct way. So that's why we pick A. Now let me just walk you through a couple of other ones to show you why it's not B, C, or D. And even though we already know the right answer, let's definitely review a couple of others. So for B, it's saying to go DO, and that DO would already match up with BE. So far so good. Then it's saying I'm going to go from G to S, so from G to S. And then it's saying R to B. Notice it didn't say for GSAR right there, so that's why B is out. So as long as it just does the same thing, we will pick it for a true statement, okay? Let's look at answer choice C real quick. C says to start out with O to G, so in the middle, and then SD. So it's saying first let's go O to G and then from S to D, which would be that. So it's saying blue and then the red arrow. Now over here, BE is already wrong. RB does do the correct red arrow, but since BE is not the same EA right here, it's not going to be answer choice C. I'm not going to go through answer choice D in this video. I'm just going to move on now. For question 41, we want to use the similarity statement again to be able to find which proportion would be used to find N. Now what I did was I just took this triangle here and I redrew it to help you see. I know that AB matches up with PQ, so PQ, there's the AB, that's how I knew to match it up like that. I also know from P to R, so from P to R is going to be my green side right here. So from A to C is my green side right here. Now CB I have here in blue, so CB I have in blue. And notice that my QR I also have in blue right here. So now everything's lined up. And we can see that what it shows is that it's putting a 4 with a 9. So it's saying the red side with the blue side. That's what this is saying. Red with blue. And then over here, we have the red 12 appropriately over n. And this one is the one that would help us match and find n. Okay? For question 42, there is a hint that I've got here that you might not actually need, but all quadrilaterals do add up to 360. So if we're trying to find angle Z over here, we could just add these up and subtract it from 360. But we're told that these two quadrilaterals are similar. And we can look in the similarity statement to see that angle Z corresponds in the last spot to angle H. So if we have that Z and H are in the same spot, and we know that H is 130, I can immediately say that angle Z has to be the 130. Same thing over here for angle G. Which one does it correspond to? Well, angle G is in the third spot, and Y is in the third spot. So G and Y correspond. And if Y is 75, then that means G also has to be 75 degrees. So I want to remind you with one last thing here, that similar figures, the sides are proportional and the angles are congruent. All right? Your sides are proportional and your angles are congruent. And that concludes this video. Thank you.